All right, so this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but hear me out. I believe that GLP-1 weight loss may actually be better than natural weight loss. So here's why. I lost weight over a dozen times over the years the natural way. I didn't have any medication helping me. I lost weight on Jenny Craig. I lost weight on Weight Watchers multiple times. I lost weight doing calorie counting. I did macro counting. I did carb cycling. I did keto. I did the Lumen device. I lost weight over a dozen times over the years with calories in, calories out, exercise, etc. The natural way. It never solved my problem. I still have obesity at the end of the day. And for all the suffering that I went through all of those years, going to bed hungry, just hunger all the time, never feeling satisfied, so stressful. It was white knuckling it through all of the stress of being hungry all the time and just trying to make it to my goal. I mean, I did the work and I suffered for it. And I don't have a medal. I don't have a gold medal on my wall saying, hey, awesome, you did that naturally, good job for you. No, I mean, I did it. And who cares? I mean, who cares that I did it without any drugs or medical intervention? So the difference though, this time that I am using a GLP-1 medication to help with my weight loss is it's not as stressful on my body. It's not as stressful on my mind. I can follow a calorie deficit because you still have to follow a calorie deficit. These medications don't just rewrite the laws of physics and thermodynamics and everything like that. I mean, you still have to have a calorie deficit. You have to eat less. You should choose to eat healthier. That's up to the individual, but it's certainly something that I believe in. You have to do all the work. It just makes it less stressful. And let's be honest, I mean, these medications have been out now for actually quite a while. I was doing some reading about it, and these have actually been prescribed, I think, since 2005. Obviously there's been evolutions and they've changed somewhat over the years to be more and more effective. But, we have actually a lot of research on these medications, and they are very safe and they have very few serious side effects. And most of the serious side effects can be mitigated if they are prescribed and used properly. So some of the early, headlines that we've seen with pancreatitis and all these black box warnings about cancer and things like that, I mean, they've really been overblown. I mean, these are things that, yes, they can happen. They are a real risk, but way out of proportion. I mean, we have now got thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people who are using these medications safely, effectively, minimal side effects. And the most important thing is that they take the stress out of dieting. Just because you're sitting there white knuckling it and you're suffering doesn't mean that your weight loss is any more real than mine. Now I can eat in a calorie deficit without suffering. What's wrong with that? What's bad about that? Why is that cheating? Why is that a problem? And here's why I think people think it's cheating. People hate fat people. People despise fat people. People are disgusted by fat people. And you want fat people to suffer. You believe that fat people have done something wrong and bad and that they need to suffer. They shouldn't have it easy. They shouldn't have an easy time losing weight. They should suffer for what they've done. They should pay for what they've done. That's it at the bottom line, because you cannot look at a person anyway and tell how they lost weight. I know there's all this stuff about Ozempic face and Ozempic butt and Ozempic whatever. And that's bullshit. You can lose weight the natural way and still end up with a sunken face or loose skin or a saggy butt, or muscle mass loss. That happens with any kind of weight loss, natural or medicated or otherwise. And you can't tell whether somebody's healthy based on how thin they are. You can lose weight because you've had cancer and you're undergoing treatment for cancer, and you might look amazing. You might look the thinnest you've ever looked, but you're going through the worst period of your whole entire life. You might have an eating disorder and you've lost weight because you're following disordered eating patterns. There's so many reasons. You might be going through a big serious depression. You might be going through a divorce. You might have lost a loved one. I mean, there's so many reasons why people might lose weight without medications that are certainly not healthy. But because they didn't take a medication, that's still the better way. I don't think so. I don't think that this natural weight loss is better than a GLP-1 weight loss. And why do you care? That's the other question that I have for you. Why do you care how somebody lost weight? That they're doing it the right way, the hard way, the natural way? Do you go around and quiz all of your people that you see in your life who happen to be a healthy weight to find out, are they eating their fruits and vegetables? Are they exercising 4 to 5 days a week? Are they getting all their water? Are they smoking? Are they vaping? Are they, abusing drugs? Are they sleeping well? Do you ask? Do you care? No, you assume that any thin person out there that you meet is doing it the right way, that they're eating healthy and they're exercising and they're doing all this stuff. And that is also bullshit, because I think if you took 1,000 thin people off the street and you followed them around for a week, you would see all kinds of unhealthy habits that they're doing. I know personally lots of thin people who eat whatever they want. Fast food, fried foods, processed foods, chemical-laden foods. They don't exercise at all, and yet they're still thin. How is that fair? Now it's not healthy. I'm not saying they're healthy, but you don't care how they're living their lives and whether they're being healthy or not. Why do you care how a fat person gets unfat and how they got there? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the only thing I can boil it down to is you just hate fat people, and you don't like that they can become healthier. You don't like that they can become thinner without suffering. But, let it go. It's on me if I want to put up with side effects. It's on me if I want to take the risk on, of some potential serious side effects down the road. It's on me if I want to pay the exorbitant price that I have to pay out of pocket because my insurance doesn't cover it. If I'm willing to accept all of those things in exchange for the benefits that GLP-1s give me, why can I not do that? I think that's my right to go ahead and take the help that I need to fix my obesity problem, or at least treat my obesity problem, while I'm trying to fix the obesity problem from within. That's on me. I accept those risks. And one of the major benefits that I have seen that is really cannot be overstated is the amount of stress that regular dieting puts on a person's body. It puts the person's body into a high state of alert. The body thinks that it's starving, because it is technically starving. And that can force your body to downregulate your metabolism. It can change your body chemistry. It puts your body into a panic mode. When you are in weight loss, your body is not happy. Your body wants to be holding on to all of the weight that it has. And stress is a huge killer. I mean, we know that stress can have huge impacts on us in negative ways. My experience with the GLP-1 has been that this weight loss has been so much less stressful on me than any other weight loss that I've done in the past. So, I don't go to bed hungry. I don't have to white knuckle it through the days and the weeks as I'm losing weight. I don't have to suffer with this emotional stress and the emotional fatigue that goes along with being in a calorie deficit for a long, long time. And I think that that is a huge win. I think that the less your body can be stressed about the weight loss that you're undergoing, the healthier you're going to be at the end of it. Yes, it can be done poorly. Yes, people can overdo it. Yes, people can take higher doses than they should have, and ignore side effects. And yes, it can be done incorrectly. It can be done poorly, and there can be consequences to that. But under supervision of a trained medical professional, done responsibly, these medications, I think, are better than trying to do it naturally. Now, if you can do it naturally without any stress, if you're one of the lucky ones who can just swap out your Diet Coke for water 3 days a week and skip your ice cream, 2 days a week, and you can magically lose 20, 30, 50 pounds, well, congratulations. That's wonderful for you. That's not most of us. Most of us who are taking this medication are suffering with lifelong obesity, and we do not have the benefit of just easily and quickly responding to a caloric deficit without a lot of strain and stress on our body. And if we can do so without that strain and stress, I think that that is superior to what we could achieve through natural weight loss. So I know that's going to be unpopular. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments.